Today, we're going to talk about your external resource scope. It is within the resource plan as part of the strategic marketing playbook. So you'll see on the right side there, the resource plan is how you're going to resource the marketing team to get all the things done to deliver the marketing plan. So this is the last deliverable. We've already gone through the overview, the team scope and structure, and internal roles. And now finally, how are you going to make sure any external resource is doing what you need them to do? You will want to keep all of the previous deliverables available to be able to look back at them because all of these build on each other and are very integrated. So really quite simply, what is an external resource scope? It is an outline of what you need from each of your external resources. The steps to create a scope are look at the team structure inputs. We'll just do a quick highlight of those here in a minute. And then define the scope for each resource. And we're going to show you an outline for that. And then in order to provide clear direction to that resource, you'll create an external resource brief. So looking at the team structure inputs, we had the new marketing team structure as an example. So you get a sense for the different on the right side, you'll see the external resources. Then a scope assessment of what you have now and all. We talked about this in the last one on how do you think about what they're doing and are they doing what you need them to do? And then finally, look at that external and internal best practices to make sure the things that you're going to ask the external resources to do make the most sense for them. So how do you do that? Let's do an outline here. And so we have in our example, 3 different groups, public relations, digital and web, and video production. And then for each, you want to do the objectives, the deliverables, and the capabilities, just to get a high level of what they need to start. This will help you break it down before you get into the details. So here's our example. For public relations, we needed it to drive traffic and revitalize the brand. We need a communication strategy and immediate outreach strategy plan. We need more of that, but this is just an example for today. Some of the capabilities, we definitely needed them to know how to do local media, influencer strategies, and project management. For the digital and web, what we really needed was for them to drive traffic to the stores, increase organic search and e-commerce sales. And so those deliverables you'll see, give us a digital strategy, a page, digital ads, SEO and website updates. And then some of the capabilities we needed to make sure they knew we could handle some of these things. And then for video production, we really wanted to hero what the brand was all about, and we needed several videos to do that, both long and short, to be used across all platforms. And really for them, it was straightforward. We just needed them to do really great video production and manage the process. So what do you do next? You have that outlined, terrific. Now how do you make sure that those external resources are going to be able to deliver what you need? So you add to that some more details. You add background information, like about your business and your target audience and what the strategic focus is, or if it's an initiative, some of the key challenges and key messages and other marketing activities that will support. Budget, and be specific about what time period the budget covers. Even if it's a range, it's super helpful for external resources to understand about what you're thinking. Are you thinking $500? Are you thinking $500,000? That makes a big difference. Then the timeline from the kickoff to completion and all the key milestones. It is super important to know if there are big things going on within your brand during that time period as well. Any evaluation criteria on what's important to you, like their experience and their capabilities that we talked about, the category and industry expertise, the size and the service capability. Are you going to need all hands on deck at a period of time? Do you want to make sure you've got a key contact person, or do you don't mind and you're willing to get anybody that'll answer the phone? And what type of pricing, that of course is a piece of the puzzle, and sometimes that's the most important, but oftentimes when you're looking for someone who's really going to be a part of your team, it becomes less important. And then what's the process of how you're going to decide, like who's the final decision maker and the number of meetings needed. And sometimes even, will it need to be in person? Today, the world of remote work, you just need to make sure that agency understands before you get into the process, because you don't want anyone to be disappointed once you get going. Okay, that's it. So really, for external resource scope, you're outlining what you need for each external resource, which then actually gives you an overall summary of all the things you're going to be asking for. So you start with looking at the team structure inputs. You then look at the scope for each resource, and then you create a resource brief, and that gives you the overall summary. So that's it. I hope this makes you more confident in developing external resource scopes for all of your external resources.